I just realized something about Dragon Ball DAIMA, and it's something that sets it apart from many other Dragon Ball story arcs, at very least this first portion of DAIMA, and it's that the story, at least at this point, doesn't revolve around the Dragon Balls. You know, Dragon Ball, because of the title, usually the storylines revolve around the Dragon Balls. But that's not the case with these first few episodes of DAIMA. Now, that may change in a bit, and I may be eating my words in a week, but so far, you know, as the story's more and more leaning in this way, it seems like it's not really progressing, like, being about the Dragon Balls. That's not a bad thing. I'm not, you know, framing it as a bad thing. I'm just saying it's a bit strange. But, like, here's a little quick history. Like, this isn't the only arc to do this. This has been happening really since the beginning of Dragon Ball. Like, every tournament arc wasn't really set around the Dragon Ball. You can make a case that the 23rd was because, you know, Piccolo and stuff like that. But even then, it was more so about, you know, Goku winning, you know, the tournament against Piccolo, like stopping Piccolo. And the Dragon Balls were almost secondary at that point. The next time this would happen would be like the Cell arc, honestly, because, you know, it was just about the androids destroying them, the artificial humans or whatever. So, like, that was the second part. And then the Buu arc was really almost the same way, where it's, like, more so about the villains rather than the balls themselves. Because on Namek, it revolved around them, you know, the three-way struggle for the balls. And then when Vegeta and Nappa showed up on Earth, it was the same thing. They were fighting for the Dragon Balls. But, you know, the artificial humans, it was just world domination. Buu, he was just evil. He was an evil demon. It's like... And this is almost the same thing where it's like they're not really fighting over the Dragon Balls. It's, you know, just another demon thing. And then in GT, you know, like the whole story of GT revolved around Dragon Balls. From the start, they went into space to look for them, right? Even with the evil dragons, all that stuff, it literally centered around the Dragon Balls. You could argue that the Super 17 stuff wasn't, but that was more so to set up the evil dragons arc itself. So, I mean... yeah, all of it, you know, pretty much GT was like it was just it encapsulated a Dragon Ball story. It was almost like an encapsulation of it, you know. And then with Super, like Resurrection F, Frieza comes back. That involves the Dragon Balls to start. It's almost like with Diamond, it involves it, but then it just devolves into a revenge plot, you know. Same thing with the Beerus thing. Like, he just comes and then pause. But, you know, he shows up just to, you know, fight Goku, you know. But they do use the Dragon Balls, but the Dragon Balls aren't the focus, right? I'm just taking y'all down memory lane. You know, it's fun to do this, you know. It's weird. There's a whole bunch of stories like this, and this is probably a reason, you know, why, like, a lot of, you know, stories, you know, it gets to a point where you don't want to disconnect from what the theme of the story is, to the point where it's like it could be any other series. But at this point in the series, it pretty much could. And yes, it's early on in the series, but I want to know what y'all think. And, you know, even further into Super, let's talk further into Super. You know, the tournament, for the 5-way tournament, that was for the Dragon Ball. So that was, you know, that was fine. The Super Dragon Balls, that is. After that, you had Future Trunks, and that's pretty much the same thing as the Cell arc, where it's like, you know, he was really just there for a nostalgia pop, you know, but, you know, But, I mean, yeah. The Tournament of Power, though, did switch, you know, gears and you know, come back to being about the Dragon Balls, which is probably why it felt more like a Dragon Ball story arc, you know, toward the end, I guess. And then, you know, got Granola, like that stuff involved Dragon Balls and stuff like Moros. Well, but, you know, that's just a quick little detour, like just something I had on my mind. Like, what do y'all think about that? Should this include, like, yes, they have referenced Dragon Balls and Dragon Ball DAIMA. I'm just talking about, like, the story so far just hasn't seemed to revolve around this. Do you guys like this? Is it interesting to you? What do you think is going to happen because of this? Do you want, like, what do you want out of this? What are you expecting to happen? You know, because, I mean, usually, I mean, Dragon Ball has a pretty good track record of these, you know, non-Dragon Ball focused arcs being good. So, I mean, you know, at least as far as the original manga goes, it does, you know. So what do y'all think? Just, you know, let me know in the comments, because this is a funny little situation. Like, I just thought of in my head, you know, while editing the Easter eggs video. I'm like, wait a minute. You know, so, like, not that something was off, it's like something's different about this. So yeah, that was pretty cool, yeah. All right, the Dragon Ball Super highest and lowest ratings video is coming later this week, and I'll see y'all in the next one. All right, see ya.